ladies, welcome to my series on how to get married in 1 year, episode 1, which is Ask Yourself Why. Now, the reason I'm starting this series is because when I got married, which is now actually going on my 11th year, this will be my 11th year anniversary coming up. I got married pretty fast. I got married within a year, and everybody in my friend circle, family, they were shocked. They were like, "What? You get married so fast, so soon? What's going on?" And so over the course of time, I would always have these people come up to me and say, like, "How did you get married? How did you meet your husband?" or whatever. So I would just start talking to people, and I would say that over the past 10 years, I have probably helped 6 different couples get together. Really, just off the cuff, just talking to them, even probably helped save a couple of marriages, including my own. Because over the course of time, a lot of these people that I talked to about, sort of what my journey was, they end up being friends and people I talk to about marriage advice. Because listen, if you want to know what part's the easiest part and the hardest part, the easiest part actually is getting married. The hardest part is staying married. And so once you get married, there's a whole other set of things you have to go through. I mean, staying married is almost like, renewing your credentials. It's almost like, yeah, I got the degree, but every year I got to renew my credentials because things change. I got to go learn new techniques. I got to go back and get some education. And that's how marriage is. Literally, once you get married, things change. There's life events that change, so the dynamics between you and your husband change. So you really have to be ready to know that marriage is just the beginning of the curriculum of your life. Because every year, every couple of years, every time some life event comes, new job, new kids, new whatever, a death in your family, it can change your marriage. And so therefore you have to be willing to adapt to the changes. And so it really is a continuous education. But nonetheless, I'm here to talk to women who are just starting their journey or trying to figure out if marriage is really even for them. And so in this first episode, we are going to talk about ask yourself why. And the reason I'm starting here, because this really is the most important question in the beginning. You really have to know why you want to get married. Because marriage is a goal. Marriage is not a fantasy. So many people treat marriage like it's a fantasy, like it's unattainable, and like they're designing a unicorn or something. And it really isn't. Marriage is an institution. It's an institution. And so it's not a fantasy. It's not something that, you sort of just make up in your head or what you think marriage is. So whenever I talk to someone and they tell me they want to get married, I always start with why. Why do you want to get married? Because sometimes people describe things that aren't marriage. So it's almost like someone saying, "Hey girl, I'm like, what you doing?" She's like, "I'm going to go to Target." I go, "Yeah, what you getting from Target?" And she says, "I'm going to go buy a car." And I'm like, Target don't sell cars. Why are you going to Target? It's not that Target is not a good store. It's not that what you're looking for is nothing's wrong with looking for a car, but Target don't sell cars. So you're going in the wrong direction. You're marching towards a place that's not even going to offer you what you say you're looking for. So I always start with ask yourself why. And that's really what this whole thing is about. This whole episode 1 is about asking yourself, why do you want to get married? What do you want out of marriage? And it's simple things like, do you want it for financial reasons? Do you want it because you want to be on somebody's health care? None of these reasons. Don't feel bad about the reasons you put on your list of why you want to get married. Maybe you're lonely. Maybe you want kids. Maybe you're tired of raising. Maybe you already have kids, but you don't want to continue raising the kids by yourself. Maybe you want someone to travel with. Maybe you want someone just to sit on the couch and watch Netflix with. There's no judgment in why you want to get married, but first you have to really write down why you want to get married. Spend some time and figure out, what is it in my life that I'm looking for, and why do I think marriage will give me what I'm looking for? That's the first step. No judgment on it. Because in the end, you really have to know why. Because if marriage is a goal And just like any goal in life, we all have goals. That's one thing all of us have. It doesn't matter whether you're black, brown, red, doesn't matter. Everybody has a goal. And when you have a goal, you have to know for you why you want that goal. Because if you're doing something for someone else or doing something for goals that are not strong enough, you don't feel it enough, you won't reach the goal. You'll give up. If you went to college because your parents said to go to college, there's a good chance that you either majored in the wrong major, you went to the wrong college, or you dropped out of college because you really weren't doing it for yourself. You were doing it for someone else. And so in marriage, you have to figure out, why do you want to get married? So that actually is going to be our first homework assignment for episode 1. And I want you guys to all use the comment section in this video to just use it as like a bulletin board. Write down some of the reasons why you want to get married. Share them with some of our other friends that's going to be in this series with us. I'm going to read through some of your whys, and then we're going to discuss them on the next video as well. So one of the things I want you to think about is, why do you want to get married? Another thing I want to bring up before I let you go for after episode 1 is, don't treat marriage like it's a fantasy, okay? So when you're thinking of your whys, make sure it's something that you really want and it's something that's really attainable. Also, what I always tell women when we get down the line is that I use like these analogies, and I actually am a real estate investor in in the real world besides here making these videos. And one of the things when people tell me, I was thinking about selling my house. I said, well, I'm not a real estate broker. I'm a real estate investor. And I said, oh, okay, well, why are you looking at selling your house? And so they'll tell me why. And I said, well, how much do you want for your house? And you hear people say, I want like $1 million. And I'm like, $1 million, but the homes in your area aren't worth $1 million. And they'll be like, well, I think my house is worth $1 million. Yeah, but you're not the buyer. And why would someone buy your house for $1 million when they can get that same thing down the road for $500,000? So one of the things I want to tell women, which I know a lot of women don't want to hear, is that in that sort of, metaphor that I'm using, the analogy I'm using, women, you guys are the house sellers. You're not the buyers. I'm sorry to break it to you. You are the sellers. Now, you absolutely can, down the road when we get there, you can set your own price. You can do all those types of things. But in the end, you are the seller and the men are the buyer. And just like people who want more for their home, it doesn't mean, hey, you could ask for whatever you want. But if that's unrealistic in the home buying world, then what you have is you will have a home that never sells. And with women, although we can determine who we say yes to, we still have to get an offer, right? So just like selling your home, you can't say no to someone that hasn't put in an offer. Men put in the offers, period. They come with the offer and you get to say yes or no. But you also have to have a product that someone else wants, right? That someone else is willing to purchase. And what you also have to know is why you're selling. And that's to ask yourself why. Why are you selling? Because if you're a home seller and you don't know why you're selling, even when you come and get a good offer, you'll turn the offer down. You'll turn the offer down because you're like, I don't know if I really want to accept the offer, because you don't have enough of a compelling reason to sell. So this is the point of asking right now, why do you want to get married? So take some time, think about it, write it down on your own little journal, piece of paper, share it down in the comments with me, and we're going to discuss some of the whys the next time and go a little bit further. So that's it for today. And I hope you guys do the homework, and I will talk to you later. Bye.